Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Neki broadcast. Today we are doing another Dota 2 highlight, and this time we are playing middle again, and there's the banning phase here. Nothing interesting happening, or better say I don't remember anything interesting happening. And we can see here the picks. Here is my teammate, which is picking Crystal Maiden. It seems my supports really like Crystal Maiden, and I actually don't remember. I mean, I do remember the main hero, obviously, that I played against, but I do not remember how the picking phase unfolded. So I was very happy to see Warlock and Crystal Maiden. Warlock is actually, in my opinion, a very strong hero. And we are getting Lion. I'm getting Lion quite a lot, and Shadow Shaman, two very pesky supports. And Legion Commander is always a hero to be wary of. It can really snowball out of control. However, what got me worried a bit, and you'll see in a minute here, what got me worried a bit is the fact that I get Dawnbreaker. This is the most useless hero I have ever seen, honestly. At least at this level, at Crusader level, people don't know how to play it. It's kind of like a farmer into doing nothing, into being annoying and being useless. This is kind of the build that most people in Crusader do, and this is the start of the game, Faceless Void. So I'm looking at this draft, I'm seeing Faceless Void, I'm seeing Legion Commander, I'm seeing Dawnbreaker, who is going to farm his heart out and get useless items, but I have no option but to basically let him farm, and Wraith King, another hero with great potential to carry the game. However, they are both melee, and they are both going versus Faceless Void, so I need to help these guys actually do something versus Faceless Void. That's why I'm picking Omniknight, which has double purpose. Cancel Faceless Void's ult, and cancel Legion Commander's ult. So in this context, I believe Omniknight is a great pick, at least theoretically. Also, especially versus Shadow Shaman. Remember, his ultimate is physical. So with my ultimate, I'm cancelling 3 ultimates. I mean, I think just the stars align themselves for the enemy team's drafts to be cancelled. Again, at least theoretically, on paper, to be cancelled by Omniknight. So there it is. It can't really be ignored. Omniknight is hopefully going to be the star. I mean, for my sake and you ladies and gentlemen's sake, it's going to be the star of the game. With this being said, I will be going middle. Oh my god, this camera is basically giving me whiplash, so I'm just going to chase my hero for all the time being. And with this being said, obviously I wasn't able to see the last pick, which was this incredibly annoying hero, the name of which I constantly seem to forget, Storm Spirit, I believe. And yeah, I'm going to have a hard time versus Storm Spirit. Where is he? He's definitely coming mid, no matter what he's doing now. This Storm Spirit is definitely coming mid. Now, Storm Spirit, as you know, it's absolutely fantastic versus melee, because they have, I mean, the hero has this static remnant, right? So he can just basically say, this is scorched earth, this is my area. So it helps him with area control. You can't really jump him or chase him, and at the same time it helps him farm. Then he can follow up with overload, and then he also has a stun that can pull you into static remnant, then ball lightning to catch you and be annoying and keep spamming you with static remnant. It's just the perfect counter in lane versus melee. So I absolutely hate the fact that I'm going versus Storm Spirit. However, you can't counter everything, and you don't have the knowledge to counter everything. Now, with this being said, there's a bit of back and forth here. I'm trying to, well, I got the bounty rune. We all got our bounty runes, which is fantastic. So already a bit of question marks regarding the coordination of the enemy team. So that was a great start. And yeah, I think we can safely skip to the next highlight. Well, I'm proven wrong, it seems. Well, I'm still 0-0-0, and it's 5-6 overall, right? So as you can see here, I'm level 8, and Storm Spirit is level 8. So I have not died yet, which is an achievement in itself. There is a bit of back and forth on the other lanes. However, it seems to be balanced a bit in our favor, if anything. Storm Spirit is... Where is Storm Spirit? He DP'd top. he is going to gank. Not sure, yeah, what he's doing. So he does have one kill. I do have one death. So yeah, I just want to go here and see where I died, honestly. So I'm still having one death apparently. Okay, so it seems I died relatively quickly. Trying to find the sweet spot here. Alright, so level 2 versus level 2. And yeah, level 3 versus level 3. So I really want to show you how I'm trying to play this. So if you look at my skill build, now in hindsight, the fact that I leveled Hammer of Purity, it helps me with last hits, it helps me with harassing. However, harassing versus Storm Spirit, because he does have the lane advantage inherently via his via this, simply his hero's abilities, counter mine. Hammer of Purity is not going to, I mean, I'm not going to be able to basically follow it up with a kill or anything. So in hindsight, perhaps I should have invested more in Purification, and you can see I can still get last hits with Purification as I'm doing here. However, the mana cost does go up. Well, I guess you could do it either way. I still think Purification would have been better, simply because I could have healed myself, cancel that harassing, and would have had at the same time more damage to get those creep kills. However, with this being said, if Storm Spirit would have played his hero even better, probably me getting close to the lane wouldn't have even been possible, because he would have been non-stop harassing. Yeah, so it's give and take. Obviously, Hammer of Purity, I feel that it's your bread and butter, especially since you try to go more of this carry build that I am trying to go. Remember, we are a core, so we do have to play as a core, especially with this Aghanim Shard Hammer of Purity. Can do a lot of damage. So I think at one point in time, you see I'm doing quite well, considering that I'm at disadvantage. I got 17 last hits in 3 minutes. You might argue that is a bit low, but remember, I'm going versus Storm Spirit. And I believe somewhere here I kind of died. Let's try and speed up and see where did I die. So level 5, already his nukes are getting a bit ridiculously effective versus me. And, you know, I'm still getting these runes, which, okay, he pulls me into the tower, and I do have a lot of regen. And I think, because things have gone so well, and I didn't expect them to go so well, I think I got overconfident, and this is what usually happens. As you can see, I'm not using my bottle. I get jumped on here, and still now I have to use my bottle only for mana. Right? So I'm a bit low. He jumps me because he's level 6. I'm healing myself, but I do have cooldowns, and I'm going for this rune, and this is where I die, I believe. So yeah, I feel that I can exchange blow for blow, and you see I have this Hammer of Purity. However, he has incredibly low cooldown on his static remnant at level 3. My cooldown was way far away. So at that point, had I launched the Hammer of Purity and walked away with my one charge on my bottle, I would have been fine. However, I was overconfident because the lane had gone so well that, you know, this is how I died. But, you know, I died already at level 6, so I didn't die too quickly. And from here on, with this Guardian Angel, I can already start helping my team. And remember, my ultimate cancels 1, 2, 3 ultimates, you know, if timed correctly. So this is hopefully where my strength should kick in. With this being said, let's go back to the next highlight here. So this is where we were left off. Again, don't be cocky. Try to know your place, try to know your limits, and this could have gone so much better. Well, overall it seems to be an even game. My team has been exchanging in lane quite well. As long as I don't see here 0-7 or 7-0, depends how you want to look at it, then it means it's already going 3 times better than it normally should. So the fact that strategically I've made a good pick, it means I should be patient, I should farm, and I should reach that, I would say, middle game or even late game where my ultimate would really start to make a difference. You see here a bit of a gank, which I think is going nowhere. This Wraith King is playing with fire. He likes to stay really low, but now he doesn't have his ultimate, so he should be a bit careful. Alright, so I don't think much is happening. It's 7-5, maybe I can go to the next highlight. 5-8, so I've already taken the tower. I've basically taken advantage of the fact that this Storm Spirit has been ganking, and you see here 3 people on me, but I ult, and you see I cancel this Legion Commander's ult. It was ulting at the perfect time. Then I heal myself. Look how much damage I dealt. And finally, the hero that I despise, Dawnbreaker, does something useful, comes to my help and gets 2 kills in return, and then probably a 3rd kill. This ultimate came a bit later than my ultimate, so there was no way I could do anything about it. And there you go, a hero that absolutely despised, Dawnbreaker, jumped in and was able to clean up, kind of. So a fight that looked absolutely terrible. You see how, you know, I had no teammates around, at least in the beginning, and I was able to turn it around with my ultimate and with my heal, right? So this could have been way worse, but Dawnbreaker, I'm sorry Dawnbreaker for basically saying bad things about you in the beginning. This Dawnbreaker turned it around, but at the same time you can see the survivability that my hero has. It's absolutely insane, and if timed correctly, and there I timed it right after my death, it was no brainer, right? I was dying, so I had to do something, right, to turn things around. So obviously you basically hit it at the correct spot right there. And look, I've been farming while this Storm Spirit has been ganking. I do believe that in the current, and again I might be mistaken, but based on my experience in the current game dynamics, I do believe that farming is better than ganking. Here I don't think I'll be able to turn it around simply because I do not have my ultimate. Well, never mind, I'm tanky enough. Okay, he's ulting just to kill me, which is, if you ask me, it's not a good use of his ultimate. However, he realizes that, this Faceless realizes that I specifically picked Omniknight to counter him, and he realizes that probably in the long game he wouldn't be able to make full use, get a lot of mileage out of his ultimate, so might as well use it to kill me. So, you know, if you counter your Faceless, this Faceless is going to ult you. So that's why in these fights, you see what happened there, I should probably be in the back, waiting for Faceless to ult, and then ulting myself immediately afterwards in order to counter him. Now I'm sitting here, I'm trying to see where the fight is going to take place, and I think I TP towards mid. However, the fight is already over, so there's no point in me going in. So back to more farming, I guess. 12-10, so we can go to the next highlight. 12-10 again. We are doing a gank here. I'm going for this Shadow Shaman, and you see how quickly he died. I really don't care about his ultimate. I'm quite beefy at this moment, even with my natural strength and a bracer and a heal on top of that. I mean, you look at his hit points. 2,000 hit points. Echo Saber is giving me some strength as well. Brace is giving me some strength plus my natural strength gain. So yeah, that's, I think, pretty good. Now there we are, still 3, but the enemy team doesn't seem to be, bothered. So we keep going. We see one mid. I mean, you can see it on the minimap. So definitely we should keep going. If you see one on the minimap and you have, you had already gotten a kill, no point in stopping. It means they are not coordinating, they are not, especially Faceless. Faceless was middle, but there was no danger that all 4 of us would basically eat up a Faceless ultimate. So yeah, you keep going, pressing the, I wouldn't say it's a goal or experience advantage at this point. It's more of a momentum advantage. Again, even the kills, the difference in kills is marginal. There is some action going on middle here, so I mean, this Storm Spirit obviously has an excellent escape potential. And now, let's see, do I have my ultimate? I have my ultimate. There's 5 of us, so probably here I'm encouraging them, as far as I remember, I'm encouraging my team to push a tower. And you can see how I sit back, I get this illusion rune, and I still sit back. I mean, this is not an accident, right? I'm doing this on purpose. I'm sitting back, farming here in the background. I let my team arrive at the lane first, simply because I do not want this Faceless to see me, right? So at this point, I think I'm pinging in a desperate manner. I'm pinging this tower, and I'm not sure whether my team is impressed or not. There is a fight brewing here, fight in the making. Faceless is thinking about ulting. He's looking for me, I'm sure. He's alone though. And there, he ults too. He ults too. Where's my ultimate? Where am I? Where am I? There it is. I ult here. I save this Crystal Maiden, and then I bless her, and then I heal her. And that's when the fight turns. So I didn't ult right away. I ulted. I got a bit closer, and I ulted as Crystal Maiden was about to die. She still died in the end, but you saw there she ulted and dealt a lot of damage, and we got 4 kills in return there. So you see the power of the ultimate. I'm not sure if there was anything else that happened. We can go back and see. So I would like to watch this. So let's watch this Faceless, right? So I have this Faceless. Where is his buddy? Legion Commander. Okay, he is quite far away, which I do not understand. You see Faceless is looking for a target here. He wants to find at least 2 people to ult. You see Legion Commander is still way in the back. And there, he ults 2. Then I come in, I see these attacks, and now I ult. And now I heal. And that's when the turn happens. In terms of Legion Commander is... he didn't do anything. He didn't ult. He was too far away. But had Legion Commander gone in and ulted somebody, my ult would have cancelled his ult as well. Yeah. Anyway, Legion Commander finally decided to go in the end. I don't know why he did that, so definitely poor play from his side. I don't know if he had a connection problem or something, but definitely we won that fight because of 2 factors. One, it was my ultimate, and the other one, it was that Legion Commander was not there. Poor coordination from the enemy team. So just don't do that. Obviously, if you're going to join a game, at least try to work together with your team to achieve something. Like try to outwit the enemy team, right? So don't just join and just lose it. Might as well not join. Do something else. Play some chess. Go to the gym, etc. Alright, so let's see here. I don't think we're going to be able to push. I mean, sure, Legion Commander is disconnected, but there is no Chronosphere. So we could push if we wanted to. However, my ult is down as well. The cooldowns are similar. So play it safe. Why not? We got a tower out of it. 11-18. So let's go to the next highlight here. 11-18 again. There is a fight brewing. You can see here the ultimate. I could ult now, but why would I bother? I would rather heal him, keep him alive a bit more, simply because I don't see Faceless. Faceless is the hero that I am most scared of, because Faceless's ultimate has the highest impact. However, Faceless is top. So there was no point for me to be trigger happy with the Guardian Angel. I used my repel, I used my purification, and that was enough, right? So ultimate wasted from Shadow Shaman, and teammate saved, mission accomplished. Now we are going to get this tower. This is a free tower if I've ever seen one, and I'm staying back, right? So you never know. Faceless might TP, he might ult. I'm staying back. There's no reason for me to be in the front lines. I know I'm tanky. I know I've bought yet another Augur Axe and a point booster, so my HP is quite high. And I know I could turn it around with Guardian Angel if I get jumped. However, why would I risk it? I should stay back and ult. It might be boring. I might get less farm. You see, I can still farm in the back. I can still find farm if I wanted to. But my main job in this game is to stay back, wait for the Faceless ultimate, and ult. As long as I don't show myself, the amount of frustration on Faceless Void is absolutely sky high. He can't play his game. He can't really do anything. So there's another fight brewing here. I'm seeing it. I'm walking here. There is. We caught somebody. There is Faceless Void. Faceless Void goes in, and now I should ult. I should ult and save. Yes, there it is. I saved it, and now you see this guy does nothing as well. So 2 ultimates absolutely cancelled. However, my team was not able to do much there to capitalize on that, and somehow the fight is going against us. This is because, I think, because Wraith King was not next to Faceless Void to turn it around, so that would be a very interesting fight to watch again. So let's see what happened here. So I will change even to free camera. Yeah. So let's see what's happening here. Where is Faceless Void? Again, Faceless Void is the man to watch. He does deal a lot of damage. He has Maelstrom and Power Treads and Mask of Madness. So they are 5 here. So they are gearing up for a team fight. And he goes for the 2 supports. Yeah, Dawnbreaker and the support. I ult, I heal, but then you see this Faceless Void kept hitting, and he activated his Black King buff, and basically he stayed alive and was able to kill both Dawnbreaker and Crystal Maiden there. So the other members of my team, including myself, they were kind of busy here in this area. We didn't achieve much. The fact that Faceless Void stayed alive and kept hitting after my ultimate was over. He was basically isolated here on this cliff with 2 other teammates, and he was able to keep hitting after my ultimate expired. So that actually destroyed 2 very important damage dealers. And you saw the limitations of Dawnbreaker there, right? So Dawnbreaker, what could he have done? Well, for once he could have gone Basher to actually do something, but now he's useless, right? So he has this, I'm not sure, this stun, I think Starbreaker, right? And pierces debuff immunity. Yes. So I'm not sure why she didn't stun through. I'm not really sure why we shouldn't start through Black King bar there, because it should have pierced debuff immunity. So that was a bit odd there. Why Dawnbreaker did absolutely nothing. He might have been disabled by one of the enemy supports. Yeah, he doesn't have a Black King bar. He should get a Black King bar. So that is unfortunately a high risk, high reward build, dealing a lot of damage, but without Black King bar, if he constantly gets disabled there, especially by this Shadow Shaman, then he will do absolutely nothing like he did in that team fight. Well, anyway, you can't win them all. We still, I would say the game now is even. It feels even. I mean, we won some fights, we lost some fights, and now we are trying to change things around. At this point, I said, okay, we've pushed bottom tower, we've pushed middle tower, we've tried to push top tower, it didn't work. Obviously, if we're going to try to push top tower again, it won't work again, because we don't have enough of a level advantage to make it work, right? Faceless Void and his team, they have the enough items already, including that Black King bar, which you saw how important it was in that fight, to turn the fight around. So with the defender's advantage, they will destroy us in a team fight, 5 versus 5. So basically, I told my team, let's go Roshan and get this token, and perhaps with this token we will have enough of an edge to basically sway the fight in our favor, right? So yeah, that's basically that was my thought process. However, if you look here, this Crystal Maiden doesn't have enough regen. It was a bit awkward here. I was telling them, okay, regen, go back. I mean, we have the token, we should push, right? But again, I can't be the one forward, I can't be the one pushing the tower. I have to rely on my teammates going there and pushing. And you see, I'm staying. People think I'm farming, but I'm not farming, I'm actually staying back, right? So yeah, I can't go in. I can't be there. I have to be far away and ult from a safe distance. That's how I want to play it. So you see here, it's kind of a slow fight. There is a bit of an initiation. I'm waiting for that faceless ult. I'm getting too close here. And here I made a mistake. Here I made a mistake. So that is my mistake. I went a bit too far. I was a bit trigger happy. However, Faceless Void, okay, you see, as long as you get Faceless Void, then the fight goes in our favor. Faceless Void ulted immediately after my ult, kind of like, oh, you failed your ult. I actually want to make it, to make your ult somewhat useful. I'm gonna ult immediately after you. Alright, this Wraith King managed to die yet again. We should be careful here. We will lose this fight. If more heroes come back to life, we will lose this fight. That is a very, very annoying choke point, and that's where Storm Spirit shines. We should be going back. Look at this Wraith King. He is so low. He should be back. He has no business being here. No business whatsoever, and especially he's playing around with his item, which is making him very vulnerable. I'm trying to save him here. We're getting yet another kill. I'm trying. I don't have anything left. I'm gonna die here. Faceless Void is up. We are all dead. That is a certainty. If I have ever said anything certain in one of these casts, that is a certainty. Dawnbreaker kind of got a bit of retribution there, but oh my god, Wraith King didn't go back. He is absolutely going to melt here. I mean, Faceless Void is doing a lot of damage. You shouldn't be playing around with him. Well, this Dawnbreaker has been the saving grace in all our failed fights so far. He somehow comes in at the end and kind of cleans up one or two heroes, so probably I shouldn't have given him so much grief in the very beginning. So let's see, who bought back, who didn't. Apparently none of them bought back, so we managed to kill two. I mean, it was a good fight in the beginning. Remember, we used to almost take all their team out, right? And then we didn't go back with low HP, and they kind of crawled back in, and that was more or less even. What I would have liked to happen, I would have liked for us to, you know, after that fight, reset regen, get this tower, get back. Not what we did here. It was a very, I don't know, poorly executed push. You know, get some kills, then focus on the tower, and that's it. Don't run around, don't chase. We kind of chased, we got some kills, but remember, here we even dived all the way here. So I got some tower, some tower fire on me. So most of my teammates did actually. So that was poorly executed, chasing around. So at this point, I said, I remember I said to my team, look, we can't even coordinate to push a tower properly. We keep diving, we keep being greedy. And this guy is not going to kill me. Definitely is not going to kill me. I'm surprised he didn't go back. I mean, he killed Crystal Maiden, but he didn't go back afterwards. I mean, that is ridiculous. Anyway, he does have enough support, so probably we should be the ones going back now. So it's reset. It's less than 1k. We didn't manage to get this tower. Make no mistake, everybody here is absolutely certain of the fact that we do not have this game in our hand. Not at all, not by far. It's still anyone's game at this point. Look at Faceless, level 18. Look at our Wraith King, level 16. If anything, experience-wise, they are ahead. So basically, at this point, I kind of said, look, we obviously can't coordinate. We are making mistakes. Let's try to farm. However, there is a fight brewing here. I'm not sure. I'm ulting here because Faceless ulted, so it's, you see, it's like almost immediately. And here I'm trying to see who's dying, and I'm trying to save them. Wraith King died, of course. And I think this is me here. Yeah, I tried to get that support. And good thing is Faceless died. So this Shadow Shaman is actually disabling for a ridiculous amount of time. You have to take him out, and I do have double damage. So that played an important role there. So we can even watch again what happened. It was a pretty messy fight from their side. Why? Because two of them were, I mean, look at this. You have this Lion overweight to this side. You have this Legion Commander with no mana and all the way to the other side. And they are 3, whereas we are 5, right? So I'm getting this double damage. The fight is starting here. Look, it's 3 versus 5, right? So as you can see here, as soon as the almost simultaneously, right? As soon and Faceless is doing absolutely nothing, and then I'm keeping this teammate alive, and then I'm going for the support, and Lion is already too late. Right? So as much as good as Faceless is, and as powerful he is at this stage, if he's going to go in a 3 versus 5 fight, and also with my ultimate on top of that, he's gonna lose, right? So I think the moral of the story here is do not fight 3 versus 5. Right? They were ahead, now we are the ones ahead. Right? So let's see what's going to happen here. We should push with Faceless down for 40 seconds. We should push, however, I'm not forcing it. I mean, I have double damage. I would love to basically click on that tower. That would be something that I would absolutely enjoy, and it would be incredibly efficient. However, I can't really force it. I have to be in the back. I have to be healing, and I can't bear the brunt of the enemy damage, and especially with this Legion commander trying to have to heal him. Well, I actually used my repel already. Again, a messy fight. They shouldn't have started the fight with Faceless still dead. Now they're again 4 versus 5. But there's the buyback from Lion, so it's 5 versus 5 there. We know, obviously, we saw the buyback, so we're kind of thinking, okay, let's not make the same mistake that we did at this tower, right? So we are going back. Right? We've used most of our spells. We have cooldowns, especially this Wraith King. He has reincarnation cooldown, right? So we're going back. I mean, making a mistake on the secondary tower, you might come back from it. Making a mistake on the base tower, which deals tremendous damage, you might just get wiped out, especially with a high ground advantage. The fight can really sway in the enemy's favor if you are not careful. All right, so again, we're basically, I think we are a bit ahead, at just barely bit ahead at this moment in time, and I think now we can go into farming mode, simply because, as you've seen, we're not very good on capitalizing on this. On these fights, trying to push tower. There is a catch here, however, this Storm Spirit, and I don't have any stun, obviously. Impossible to be defensive and offensive and have stun. I don't think there is such hero in Dota, unless it's Faceless Void, right? Faceless, I think, it's one of the best heroes, honestly. Okay, there is a fight here, however, I am surprised, because Faceless is not here. Faceless is all the way on the side, whereas we are 5. This is absolutely ridiculous. That was incredibly poor initiation. Absolutely ridiculous. So if we go back here, yeah, maybe I went back too much. So if you go back here, we see, I mean, sure, this Storm Spirit goes back, and there is this Dawnbreaker, but Dawnbreaker can jump in at a moment's notice. However, the star player in their team is this Faceless Void, right? So there is a jump here with absolutely no vision. I mean, probably they saw me and they said, finally, I am able to get this Omniknight. But if I am, and at this point, I didn't see Faceless Void, so I ulted preemptively. I thought, surely, I didn't know Faceless Void was not here, obviously. I didn't have God vision. But had Faceless Void been there and ulted me as a follow-up and my team, that would have been absolutely terrible. So I said, okay, we got one, we are getting the second one and the third one. I might as well ult preemptively, just in case Faceless Void is coming. So I ulted there just in case. Now it doesn't really matter. Obviously I don't have an ultimate ready versus Faceless Void, but I can stay back, heal, cast a repel. I can still slow Faceless Void down a bit. So I'm not too worried, especially since there's only 2 of them and only one of us. You can see this ultimate here. I don't think I'm in range to do anything, so I might as well. Well, it seems I am in range to do something, and he did go for the 2 most tanky heroes in our lineup. So yeah, I think this is more or less done at this moment in time. So we do have a tower, we do have a sizable lead at this moment in time, and it's... Did you see that? No, he's not. Alright. Remember, I don't have an ultimate. There is some back and forth here, but now we already have a sizable lead, so I don't think this is gonna go anywhere. This is just desperation moves at this point from the enemy team. You can see I'm not even paying attention to this fight. Faceless is dead. I just want to get the tower. I just want to get the barracks. The game is more or less over at this moment. In terms of, I mean, this is a very good Heaven's Halberd. It's a very good item there. I don't know what Legion Commander is trying to do here. They will not achieve anything at this point. We are too far ahead. So probably this Heaven's Halberd added a bit to the frustration to Faceless Void. Right, so if you cast, I think you can cast Heaven's Halberd. Attacking for 3 seconds. Disarm no longer pierces debuff immunity if applied beforehand. Right, so if you are quick to apply it before debuff immunity, then you are that's when the item is most effective. After a debuff immunity, you are not going to be able to apply it anymore, so you have to be really quick before that Faceless Void pops his magic immunity, before it pops his Black Kingba. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's basically it. I don't see them coming back from this. We already have 2 sets of racks and we are pushing towards the 3rd set, so this is a done deal if you ask me. 15k gold lead. Obviously we don't know it's the exact gold lead. We didn't know it during the game. However, it was pretty obvious, yeah, that we were ahead just by looking at the levels, seeing the amount of item level 16 versus level 19, 3 levels, and we are talking only about supports here. I'm sure our level 20 if you look at our Wraith King. So yeah, he can initiate at this point. That's not a problem. I'm still waiting for that Faceless ult, and Faceless is waiting for me. He doesn't see me. He goes and cancels, and there it is. This must be absolutely the most frustrating game this Faceless Void has ever had. Sure, he cancelled the ult from Crystal Maiden, but you saw there, he was in the woods waiting for me. I never came. I even have, I think at this point, I even have Aghanim Scepter, so I can be as far back as I want to. I even had Heart of Tarask, so even if you were to jump me 4k hit points, I don't think you would be able to kill me, honestly, before I got my ult off. So I would still be able to get my ult off and turn around and fight. Anyway, but the idea is there, right? So you see Faceless, purely physical. You see this Legion Commander, almost purely physical. You know, Omniknight might come out of the blue and mess up with your game. So sometimes that's all you need to do. Mess up with the enemy, create frustration. Basically, don't let them cast their abilities, coordinate, and get the most out of their heroes. And then you give enough time for your team to, you know, if your team keeps feeling comfortable in team fights and your enemy team keeps being frustrated, eventually your team, no matter how, let's say, no matter how suboptimal they play, they will still come up ahead. You just need to keep helping them. Alright, I hope ladies and gentlemen liked it, and I shall see you later.